is our next escapement project. It has the name of Grasshopper Escapement, and I want to just show you how it works. As the pendulum swings back this way, it releases here. If it goes the other way, it releases there. And it just alternates back and forth. We have this little spool we wind up. Weight, so the weight drops down. As it drops down, it makes everything run. This is a rock, and I drilled a hole and put a little metal hair, I think a paper clip in there to hold the string, tie the string to, and show you how it runs. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. We're going to go into how to build it. Okay, here's a close-up of this. Okay, this is the drawings for the Grasshopper Escapement. And this first drawing here is for the assembly. And there's a front view and a top view, and then 3 different sections to show you a look at each piece and where it goes, how it fits in. These drawings are available on my website, and the website address is at the bottom of this video in the description. So that'll allow you to get that typed in and go to the website and purchase any one of the escapement drawings. This is number 3. This is the 3rd one we've done. So these are all pattern drawings that you would cut out and paste on the wood to make the pieces that you need for the escapement. This is part of the frame. We got all these put on 8.5 by 11. This is more of the frame. I'm just going to go through these real quick because there's the escape wheel. There's the big gear. And through this. Okay, this is the material list that names each part, what it's made from, and there's some steel parts. That's the little weights and things in there. This is assembly instructions. It's kind of a guide to keep you on track. Hopefully eliminate some of the problems that I had when I first built it. This is the pallet, and the way this is made for the Grasshopper, it has some weights on it, and I'll just hopefully describe that, and we'll try a little balancing to make that work. This is how you might lay it out on the sheets of plywood. I'm going to go over the equipment that we're going to need to build this. In the back there, you'll see a scroll saw, and in front here on the right is a drill press. Those are the two major pieces. And the reason you cut these little notches here is so you can see beyond and see where the line is on the other piece. So right there is a pretty good match. And so when you get it, all the lines kind of lined up, you can tape it. I'm cutting outside of the line and leaving the line, and we have a sander thing that will hook up to our scroll saw and use this to sand down the areas that we need to sand. I wanted to say one more thing about the scroll saw here is the work that's been done so far. Those cuts have been done with this blade here and a little longer blade. It seems to saw a little more evenly when you're trying to do kind of a slight bend. These sharp corners that are going to be done next, I'll come down through here with this little tiny blade, then saw the bottom off right there, and then I'll come up here and saw this top. I'll just alternate back and forth and go around the gear. So for all these holes that the shafts are going to go in, we need to get them as close as possible to the drawings. And so what I do is I put a pinhole right in the center of that X, and then I use a brad point drill bit to get that hole started. set up these shaft spacing to match the holes that we're going to drill on the frame, and I want to just check these gears and see if they're going to run fairly smooth. So put it together like that. The real test is to run it slow. It's got a couple of places we might have to sand a little bit by hand. To them, and if you can see this little mark, that's where I start the gears every time, so they stay in the same place when they're going around this one's going around the big gear. I just wanted to point out on these gears, they're pretty smooth, and so you need to work on those to get that. Okay, a couple more things I wanted to say. This is the pallet assembly, and you'll actually put that together and then slide it on this shaft. This wire here is a means of timing the swing of the pendulum with the turn of the pallet, and you can see it's bent. So when I put it together and I was operating it, it was obvious that it needed to be over here just a little bit more. So this was more balanced on its matching the center to center of what was going on. Okay. What I wanted to show you guys is this is the pallet arrangement on the Grasshopper, and it looks complicated when you first see it, but it's not that bad. This weight here is heavy on this side, so it will pull the end of the pallet away from the escape wheel. And the same thing with this weight. If you have a little bit it's off balance to that side, so that it pulls it away. This weight is to balance the whole pallet arrangement around that point there. I've adjusted it so it's pretty close, and that's how that works. Here I wanted to show you that I do use the Graphite Lubricant, and you can see it on the small gear in the back there, and then on the escape wheel here in front. It's comes in a bottle like this, and you can buy that on the internet.